Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. Call this meeting to order. At this time, I'd like to ask Monica to take the roll to confirm a quorum.
Trustees, when I call your name, please say if you're present. Chair Chen.
Present.
Vice Chair Price Jones.
Present.
Trustee Johnson, this one.
Present.
Trustee Mattieo Novak.
Present.
Trustee Moore.
Present.
Trustee Pastrone.
Present.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Present.
Trustee Stanton Buttram.
Present.
Trustee Tuminello.
Present.
And Trustee Uvala.
Present.
Chair Chen, all the trustees are present and you have a quorum.
Thank you, Monica. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for this meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Monica, could you please take the vote?
Trustees, when I call your name, please state your vote. Chair Chen.
Approve.
Vice Chair Price Jones.
Approve.
Trustee Johnson.
Approved.
Trustee Mattieo Novak.
Approve.
Trustee Moore.
Approve.
Trustee Pastrone.
Approve.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Approve.
Trustee Stanton Buttram.
Approve.
Trustee Tuminello.
Approve.
Trustee Uvala.
Approved.
Chair Chen, the motion passes.
Thank you, Monica. Welcome, everyone, to today's meeting. We have a very, very special agenda item today, which I'm super excited to talk to you about. This afternoon, we are joined by some very special guests. I am pleased to welcome former trustee, Dr. Jim Johnson. As you will soon hear, Dr. Johnson served with great distinction for many years in a variety of roles on the Anne Arundel Community College Board of Trustees. Today, we have the privilege of honoring him for his exemplary service and leadership of this college. We are also honored to have Dr. Johnson's guests with us. Your support and encouragement have been instrumental throughout his journey. Each of you played an important role, and as we celebrate Dr. Johnson's achievements, we also recognize your unwavering support. Your presence today is a testament to the lasting impact you have had on his success. I ask you to please stand if you're comfortable doing so that we may recognize you. At this time, I would like to invite Trustee Uvala to present the approval of the award of Trustee Emeritus status to Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's my honor to bring forward the nomination of Dr. James H. Johnson, Jr. for Trustee Emeritus status in recognition of his exceptional service, steadfast leadership, and lasting contributions to Anne Arundel Community College. Dr. Johnson was first appointed in 2006 and reappointed in 2012 and 2018, completing over 18 years of service. Only he can give us the correct number. I'm going to invite him to do that during his remarks. He served as vice chair from 2007 to 2008, chair from 2008 to 2011, and again as vice chair from 2020 to 2021. Beyond these leadership roles, he was active and engaged in numerous board committees, chairing several, including facilities, human resources, the board policy oversight, and most recently, the Budget Committee. He also served as liaison to the AACC Foundation for many years, the Maryland Association of Community Colleges, and provided invaluable leadership as liaison of the Middle States Commission on Higher Education Steering Committee during the college's most recent self-study and reaccreditation process. Professionally, Dr. Johnson is Professor Emeritus of Civil Engineering and former Dean of the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Computer Sciences at Howard University, where he served with distinction for 38 years, and that may be in question, and held the Samuel P. Massey Professorship in Environmental Engineering. His academic credentials include degrees and certificates from Howard University, the University of Illinois, the University of Delaware, and Carnegie Mellon University. His leadership extended nationally and locally, serving as director of the Environmental Protection Agency's National Center for Environmental Research, interim president for Baltimore City Community College, and I don't know if he's gotten over that yet, and as a technical consultant on numerous environmental projects. His expertise and contributions have been recognized through numerous technical and civil awards, underscoring his reputation as a distinguished scholar, administrator, and community leader. Through his 18 years on the board, plus Board of Trustees, Dr. Johnson demonstrated exemplary commitment to the AACC's mission and success. He's known for his wisdom, and all of you that know that, humor, and his signature phrase, "Let's stop trimming the bushes and hedges and start pulling out the bushes." Dr. Johnson challenged the board to think boldly, act decisively, and pursue meaningful, lasting change. His thoughtful leadership, steady guidance, and tireless advocacy have left a lasting impact on the college and community, setting a high standard for future trustees and earned him the admiration and gratitude of his colleagues. In light of this remarkable service and contributions, I respectfully recommend that the Board of Trustees confer upon Dr. James H. Johnson, Jr. the status of Trustee Emeritus.
Thank you, Trustee Uvala. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Lindsay to present the motion. Dr. Lindsay.
Thank you. The board is asked to approve the award of emeritus status to Dr. James Johnson, PhD. Jim, your life and your wisdom and everything that you brought to this campus has been so wonderful, and thank you. I just wanted to comment. That's what is up for up for the board to vote on.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the trustee?
So moved.
Second.
At this time, I believe Trustee Moore would like to make some comments, please.
I would just like to tell a few stories on Jim. But Jim, they're great stories. There's a couple things that during my time on this board that you have done for me that really stood out. And when I first became vice chair under Trustee Uvala as chair, Trustee Uvala unexpectedly couldn't make it to a meeting, and I was still pretty new. But you made a point of sitting right next to me and following down with your finger and making sure I did everything right and I said everything correctly. And it just meant the world to me. I just wanted to thank you for that. I think it also shows Jim's humanity. And he wanted this to go well. He wanted me to do a good job at this meeting. And of course, that's his engineer thing coming out. But, you know, he wanted me to do a good job. And then there was the time at I believe it was a Chamber of Commerce award, am I right? Trustee Uvala, Chamber of Commerce? Yeah, thank you. Where, being chair at the time, I was asked to introduce Jim. And he knew that I was going to introduce him. And if there's one thing everybody on the board knew is that Jim was an absolute stickler for wording being correct, punctuation being correct, everything had to be perfect. And we all appreciated that. And so when I said, I've got your speech already, I'm going to stand up here, I'm going to introduce you, he said, would you like me to read it over first to me? And I'm like, I got this, Jim. So, Jim, you are a remarkable person. You are a great mentor to me when I came on this board, and I can't express my gratitude personally and from this college. Thank you.
I also need to echo Trustee Moore's comments about mentorship. When I joined the board, I sat next to Jim. He always stole my candy, and I always had to push his microphone on and off button, which was very exciting. It kept me on my toes. But I knew I was in trouble when he asked a question during a meeting asking, should certain quotation marks be present in a document or not? So I learned my lesson. I better read the material more carefully. But Jim, I personally would like to thank you. Your wisdom still informs me as I'm in the chair position. It's especially important, so thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any other comments?
Madam Chair, I'd like to just echo everything everyone has said so far. Jim was a mentor to me when I first sat on the board. I was on the budget committee, had no idea. And so just your kindness, the time you take to speak with me when I didn't understand what was going on is truly, truly heartfelt, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Jim.
Any other discussion? Monica, could you please take the vote?
Yes, trustees, when I call your name, please state your vote. Chair Chen,
Absolutely approve.
Vice Chair Price-Jones,
Approve.
Trustee Johnson,
Approved.
Trustee Mattieo Novak,
Approve.
Trustee Moore,
Approve?
Trustee Pastrone,
Approve.
Trustee Rodriguez, Trustee Stanton Buttram,
Approve.
Trustee Tumanello,
Approve.
and Trustee Uvala.
Approve.
Chair Chen, I am pleased to say this motion passes.
Thank you. Dr. Johnson, it is our honor to award you trustee emeritus status. So at this time, don't sit down, board members. We are going to present Dr. Johnson with a medallion, and we're going to take some photographs. So if we could all just move to our right, and Dr. Johnson, if you could join us, thank you.
This may be dangerous to you, but I think, but it's truthful from me, and I think that's important. I'm so honored to receive the Trustee Emeritus title of Anne Arundel Community College. I view my X year journey as an AACT trustee as having multiple legs, holding me up and holding me up when I was falling. That's why you hear so many people with me and me doing so many things, because I had help. First, that's when you look off. I want to thank first my wife, who missed a lot of days that we could have been doing things together. When I was reading this book that's still around, so I could be prepared, because I believe I should know everything in every piece of the book. Because if you don't, you never know if X is doing more harm than good. So I want to thank my wife, Richita, for helping me. Also, I want to thank my brother, who's done the same. Anytime I needed anything, he would do it. My wife and I, we don't have any children. I've been lucky to have nieces and niece and nephews have always asked me, "You need anything, Uncle Jim?" and followed through whenever I said yes. If all of you in that group would stand so they can see my nieces, my nephews, my brother, and my wife. While I was growing up, I had the advantage of knowing and talking to people, many of whom were good mentors. One was Dr. R.S.T. Allen, who was a trustee at AACC, as well as a politician and physician. His son and I have become good friends, and he now helps me by holding my legs up. Another one is Dr. Earl Phillip, who I've had as a friend for 50 years. And much of those years, he's been my doctor. In fact, it's been interesting. One day I had some pains, I called, and he was in a seminar. Walked out of the seminar and called a prescription for me. You don't buy that anymore today. So it'd be nice if I could get the Phillips and also since 7th grade in school, I've had a friend and his family, the Herberts, who also watched over me. Please stand up and up to them. Stand up for the I want to thank you for helping me solve problems, and I could always go to his mother's house for a good deal. My pastor, staff members, friends, and Howard colleagues are here. Would you also please stand or raise your hands so people know who you are? There's a list of AACC trustees, staff, directors, and faculty who have helped me get answers to questions and to learn. Thank you, and all of you who was there when I needed to know what that meant. Because if you didn't tell me, I was going to ask somebody else. But there are three things I want to leave with. This first is that the board is a very intelligent ground of members. When doing your work, you'll have smart solutions and ideas. Please listen to each other. In fact, many times, the best is the sum of several ideas. The second, you're serving multiple groups, students, faculty, administrators, contractors, and others. Your results may impact them all differently. Please think about them. The third is AACC is highly recognized and identified by students at AACC, broad in scopes of the differencing of things that are offered, and high academic ratings. Let's move AACC to even higher and higher level. Lastly, I'm so honored to receive the Trustee Emeritus title of Anne Arundel Community College, and thank you. I have to apologize, I left something out. One of the things I left out was when the current president came in and she met me for the first time, she said she was scared of me. But what she found out, it was okay to be scared of me because I would be there to help her.
Thank you, Jim. While we would all love to come and party with you now, because I suspect there's going to be some pretty good partying going on, we unfortunately have to keep with our meeting. So you're welcome to stay, you're welcome to leave. We will have a photographer out in the lobby for you and your guests to take photos, but I leave it to you. You can watch us do our thing. He's out of here.
That was really nice. Very nice.
I can't hear you.
Yes, she hasn't met him. She wants to just say.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yes.
Should I keep going? She knows everybody, doesn't she?
Well, we can keep going. Okay, we've lost one trustee because she's hanging with Dr. Johnson. But we will continue on with our agenda so that we keep on schedule. Now for the next agenda item, which is sabbatical reports. This fall, we will have the pleasure of hearing the sabbatical reports from the faculty. We will have one presentation today and another at the November meeting. Dr. Lindsay, would you like to invite Dr. Milner to introduce our faculty presenter?
Dr. Milner, if you could come to the podium.
Evening. Tonight we'll hear from Wilfredo Valladares Lara. He is a tenured full professor in the Visual Arts Department in the School of Liberal Arts. Professor Valladares Lara has been a faculty member at Anne Arundel Community College for 19 years. His sabbatical focused on the opportunity for academic, artistic, and personal growth. His reverse migration journey from Washington, D.C. through Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras retraced the path he took 32 years ago to get here today. The artistic and academic investigation along this path fulfilled a long-held dream, allowing for immersion into cultural, historical, and community-rich experiences. As a result of this journey, classroom experiences have been enriched. New academic partnerships have been formed, and community outreach has expanded. This is evident by his work with Tyler Heights Elementary School with the unveiling of the Cultural Migration Mural, which celebrates the beauty of cultural diversity and the shared journeys that shape our community. In support of AACC's mission and values, there will be a number of projects and exhibitions throughout the county showcasing our visual arts department and promoting our diverse community. Please join me at the podium.
Well, you said it all. But I'm going to walk you through my plan for implementation for this sabbatical. I just want to thank you, everyone here, and for the time that you're giving me to present. So yes, it was a success. I basically reversed this migration journey, going back from DC all the way down to my hometown, Honduras, obviously crossing the border between Bronxville and Matamoros, right? But this time I have a passport, right? So it was not the same story when I was coming to this country 34 years ago. So what I got from this is that I reconnect to the people in Mexico, in Honduras, and Guatemala. I actually got new memories, right, new experiences, new connections through this journey. So how do I advance this? So anyway, so let me go back now that I know. So when I came back to from the journey, I basically structured my sabbatical implementation in two parts. One part being connecting communities through curatorial work, exhibiting in exhibitions, and developing community projects. The second part of the implementation is going to be to plan a TED Talk based on migration stories here at the college. And this will introduce different leaders from the community that are going to be part of this talk. And that would be the first time that I'm going to be talking about my story, my full story. And then the next project will be to document this story in a professional way with sound engineer and editor, so that document will be part of the library collection. So right after coming back from sabbatical, I activated a show, curated a show in a gallery called Vida Gallery, who is owned by one of our members of the board, Roxana Rodriguez. And this exhibition is a featured artist from the group that I co-founded here in Annapolis that include artists from Latin American artists from the community. And this is an opportunity for our students to join this group. We have done not just exhibitions, but also planned activities to help the community, like fundraisers and things like that. So the exhibition was titled Resilience, a community that is resilience. And it was based to show the contribution of Latino artists or Latinos in this country, right? And it was necessary for me to start the year this way because we knew that our community was going to be in a challenge. I brought the same show at the college. It's currently at the Pascal Gallery, this time with a new collection of artworks, similar artists, and also students that are actually exhibiting in this exhibition. Last Friday, we had a successful opening reception where our community also gathered to just converse, to talk, and to see the artwork. So you can still see it if you want to, right? It's at the Pascal Gallery. This Resilio, as you see, is a traveling exhibition. So basically, this is our second time. We are getting better, and we are trying to keep adding to the community different venues next time. I also I am reaching out to communities that are near us, and then to also connect with other galleries and other organizations, so they can also know who we are. So this exhibition is at the Brentwood Art Center. Art Exchange is in Brentwood, Maryland, and it has an exhibition that is 5 artists from 3 from Mexico, 1 from Puerto Rico, and 1 from El Salvador. So it's a collection of paintings, sculpture, installation art, and it's a work that establishes narratives that have to do with identity, with belonging, and also with cultural migration. So here's the gathering of the opening reception of that exhibition. And just last Saturday, we had a great artist talk where our students were invited to hear the content of this exhibition through the gallery artist talk. I also was invited to exhibit in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. This is a very unique exhibition. It has to do with sensory and tactile, where viewers who are visually impaired can actually interact with the work, and then they can also talk to the artist and ask questions about the work, right? And then we also learn as artists, because we never know how someone who is visually impaired experience our work. I think I wore the right shirt for that. I just noticed that. I just noticed that, actually. But anyway, just continue this slide here. I'm very proud to be in this show. This is a very, I will say, one of the very powerful shows that are right now on view at the George Mason University. The story behind this show, as you can see the title, Before the Americas, was labeled DEI. The new administration, the current administration, labeled this exhibition DEI. This exhibition was planned for 2.5 years to get artwork from different collectors, different private and museum collectors, and then also gather 15 artists from the DMV area to exhibit. We were supposed to be opening in a museum in DC this summer, and then basically the entire thing got plugged. They took all the funding, and basically we were ended up with nothing. This story, there were some articles written about this happening, and George Mason University actually took this show and supported it fully, So I will encourage you to go see it, and hopefully this show will travel as well. So we're talking about that sort of thing with the curator and director of the gallery. Our students are going this Friday. They're going to go visit this exhibition. The bus is full, so you have to drive if you want to go. So we will be there. The students are going to have a full experience. The curator is going to be present. The director of the gallery is going to be present to walk them through the whole exhibition. It's like 49 pieces of artwork that perhaps if you don't see them, you might not see them again because they go back to their collectors, right? Obviously, you can always come to my studio and see mine. So, so community building and building partnerships to make sure that our college is collaborating with all other organizations, so we can also get our students involved into these ideas and these projects. So this summer, I collaborated with the same group, the Latin American Art Collective, and then the Maryland Hall, the Tyler Heights Elementary School, and then the Anne Arundel County Public Schools to create this massive project that was going to be is installed, currently installed at in the hallway in the school. This is our first mural that they have in 30 years of existence of the school. So it is at 37 feet, right? We're talking about very large artwork, 10 feet height, and then obviously it's projected from the wall, so you can see it. But prior to actually making this mural, we had a very significant event where we had a workshop with the students actually painted small shapes that became part of the actual mural, the installation. The key thing about this project is that our students were part of this, not just part of painting and making the mural, but also going out there in the community to talk to the students, to talk to the parents, just to experience the possibilities that art has in the community. It doesn't have to be painting or sculpting, but it can be connecting people, right? Especially now when I first said, our community is going through different challenges, time is through. You can see it in their eyes. In moments where they are scared to bring the students to the schools, to send them to the schools, and then just having a moment with them to eat traditional food, and then to also paint, and then just have that moment. I think it was more than the actual mural, I think. But anyway, here are students working at the college, painting the mural from scratch, basically, designing it, painting it, and then kind of presenting it to the community so they can see the progress of the mural, right? And then here is the unveiling, and then you got to see the unveiling event, which was also powerful at the same time. All the organizations came together to celebrate this, the parents and the students. Now they have a brand new mural that they can identify themselves with, and they can also tell the story, right? So here is the full mural, as you can see, and also you can go and visit. I encourage you to do that. So this spring, I'm very excited. I am working on work. Actually, I'm thinking about this exhibition, but it's going to be my sabbatical visual exhibition here in the K Gallery, where I'm going to have new work that is inspired by this experience. This is the first time that I'm going to be presenting this work, so I'm completely excited again to be working on this. These are just details of it. You have to come and see the exhibition. It doesn't really, the slides don't make any justice to the actual show, so you have to really be here to see it. But I just kind of give you a little bit what's happening in my mind right now. So I'm working with installations based with migration in mind. These are like water jugs that you will probably connect in a way that they are metaphors in terms of survival, right? But they will be presented differently, so you have to come and see it. These are little creatures that I made friends when I was crossing the border, right? But, you have to, I tell people that the desert, you have to become one with the desert to survive. It's not an easy task. There were moments that you could not, you didn't know whether you were going to make it. This is a metaphor in terms of migration. This piece is a 3D printed piece, but it is I guess sandals being the metaphor for journey, but the relief that is in these sandals is actually the Sonora Desert. It's the desert that you cross when you come in through crossing borders, right? And obviously these are terrains that are not easy to cross. So that's going to be an exhibition as well. And this is talking about labor, right? Things that we enjoy at home, but they are coming from very difficult labor-intensive work. This is Dialogues of the Border, right? This is an abstraction. And some more artifacts that are going to be part of the exhibition. I'm not gonna give you all the exhibition. So, and this is the final thing. The TED Talk is gonna be a big project. I'm excited because I'm already getting emails from Allison at the Strategic Communication. She's interested. And I just, I mean, I really appreciate that because, you know, this is gonna be a big project, and I think that we should support it as much. I already have other people in the community that are super on board with this, and of course, my story is sort of linked to this as well. So anyway, thank you so much for this. If you have any questions.
Excellent.
Thank you. And Mylana, the pictures are, some of the pictures are from Mylana, so.
So-
Mylana, that's how you, Mylana.
I would just like to congratulate you on, it was just so fascinating to see all the different mediums you used in your work. Artists, right?
Yes.
That you play with different mediums, and that's the joy of being an artist. And so this was just so incredibly impressive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
And I want to say,
Oh, of course.
I really appreciate all the hard work that you put into out there, not only the community college, but it shows the effort and the high quality and success that you are representing from here to everyone. Where is he? What is he doing? And I mean, like, it just, and then bringing them to the community college, not only the artists, but the children, and I will say that's very inspiring. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much.
Any other
Have a meeting.
comments? Thank you. You're welcome to stay, and you're welcome to leave.
I have to go to work.
Yeah, go work. Okay, so next is the consent agenda. Dr. Lindsay, would you like to read the main motion for the board?
The main motion before the board is that the consent agenda is approved by the board per vote.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Monica, could you please take the vote?
Yes, and trustees, when I call your name, please state your vote, and remember to use our microphone when we're speaking. Chair Chen,
Approved.
Vice Chair Price Jones,
Approve.
Trustee Johnson,
Approved.
Trustee Mattia Novak,
Approve.
Trustee Moore,
Approve.
Trustee Pastrone,
Approve.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Approve.
Trustee Stanton Buttram,
Approve.
Trustee Tuminello,
Approve.
Trustee Uvala.
Approve.
Chair Chen, the motion passes.
Thank you, Monica. Moving on, next are the committee reports. First is Trustee Tuminello for the Board Development Committee report.
And as soon as I find it, I will be glad to give it.
Got it? Yep. Okay.
While the Board Development Committee has not yet officially met, I'm pleased to report that on Tuesday, August 19th, Trustees Moore and Johnson and I participated together in a virtual training session on Maryland's Open Meeting Act and received certificates of completion. The training is an important part of our work as trustees of a public institution, ensuring that we remain informed about transparency requirements and our responsibilities in conducting public business. The Act is designed to build public trust ensure accountability and encourage citizen participation in the democratic process. We are required to have at least one member who has taken this training. We have at least 3 and perhaps more, yes. And Trustee Moore actually took a refresher course, so she led the way for us that day. The committee's first meeting, the Board Development Committee's first meeting will be later this month, October 29th, and that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments? Great. Okay, moving on. Next is the Board Policy Oversight Committee report. Vice Chair Price-Jones.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee met on September 22nd to review 2 policies and requested that the college conduct a policy review. The non-discrimination policy and the privacy and protection of personally identifiable information policy are being presented to the board as an information item at this afternoon's meeting. At the September 10th, 2024 Board of Trustees meeting, upon the recommendation of the Board Policy Oversight Committee, the board chair delegated authority to the president to revise the existing equal opportunity and non-discrimination policy and to implement an interim non-discrimination policy. A review of the previous policy identified compliance gaps and with applicable laws and regulations, as well as an omission that posed an immediate risk to the college. Per policy procedure, interim policies remain in effect up to 12 months, and this interim policy will expire November 19th, 2025. Revisions for the final policy included refined definitions and incorporated feedback from the college community. At the November 12th, 2024 Board of Trustees meeting, upon the recommendation of the Board Policy Oversight Committee, the board chair delegated authority to the president to create an interim privacy and protection of personally identifiable information policy. Recent changes to state law required all public institutions of higher education to adopt a policy that establishes an appropriate remedy for individuals whose personal identifiable information is affected by a breach. While the college had internal information technology requirements that addressed privacy, it did not have a board-approved policy. This interim policy will expire November 26, 2025. Revisions for the final policy included refined definitions, additional sections, and incorporated feedback from the college community. These 2 revised policies will be presented to the board as action items at the November meeting. Additionally, the committee initiated a policy action request for the college to review the policy on the use of college facilities by external entities. Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions for the Vice Chair? Great. Thank you. Next is the Facilities Committee report. Trustee Uvala.
Turn my mic on. Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee met via Zoom on October 2nd to discuss the following topics: the October procurements that we already approved, the future procurements for the balance of this fiscal year, the 2026 Facilities Master Plan, and campus projects. The committee also discussed future meetings. First, the committee discussed the 2 procurements that we had on our agenda for tonight. Next, the committee reviewed the list of procurements that will be coming to the board for approval in the future. And because of our change in policy of looking at procurements at $250,000 and greater, our work is much reduced and a lot more streamlined going forward. The committee next discussed the 2026 Facilities Master Plan, and at the conclusion of my report, Vice President Beardmore will provide a brief overview for the board. I've been the board liaison for the Facilities Master Plan Steering Committee for the past year, attending multiple meetings with college leadership and constituency group representatives, and with the consultants, JMZ Architects, who guided the development of the plan in alignment with state requirements. This plan will guide the development of the college's built environment over the next 10 years, grounded in data that the plan provides for a series of renovations for support and student success. And I might counsel the trustees, as I did Trustee Johnson, you don't need to read all the data, but if you could familiarize yourself with the executive report, that will give you a real appreciation of what's going on. I will say that this has been unbelievable detail on the usage, capacity, future trends, and facilities conditions of this campus. It's just, it's amazing. And I know this committee has gotten tired of hearing me just be in awe over the kind of work that's been done. But I've been involved in my career on similar projects like this, but nothing to the extent that we have. I mean, we can tell you how many minutes are spent in each classroom and every square foot on this campus and what the future does hold. And we're also doing a lot of projections on what the future holds as far as population change and the like. So rest assured that it's a real big job. And Vice President Beardmore, I really won't miss those meetings going forward. I mean, I've enjoyed it, but I'm going to have a whole bunch more time now. Lastly, the committee received an update on campus projects. The Florestano and Dragon Building renovation projects are on schedule and within budget. You've heard me say before that the Health and Life Sciences building was probably the last new building that we'll see for as far as I can see. But we'll have to constantly repurpose what exists. We've got a change in curriculum that will always be happening, and so that's what we're going to be doing going forward. The portion of the county's Broadneck Trail project that impacts the college is complete, with only one punch list item that is outstanding. And I mean, we're lucky because that whole project has not been an overwhelming success as far as I can see. The county has begun the replacement of the HVAC systems in the Sarah E. Carter building in the Glen Burnie Town Center beginning this summer. And as a reminder, this is a county-owned building. The college has relocated services and classes until the work is completed. The college has made repairs to the MLK statue, and that wasn't vandalism, that was just a repair that needed to be made. And the Lot H bridge repairs have been completed. And Madam Chair, that does conclude my report.
Thank you.
I can drive. Okay. Trustee Uval, I'd like to thank you for your time and commitment and sharing your invaluable expertise on the steering committee. It's been quite invaluable, and I'm sorry you'll miss all those meetings. Also, special thanks, he's behind me, to Jim Taylor, who's been the project manager on this project. It has been a huge undertaking. I'm going to provide a very high-level overview. You see the document. It's a huge document, and if anyone wants to schedule time to take a deeper dive, we're happy to do that, so you can let us know if you'd like to make that happen. So our last facilities master plan was completed in 2016, so the next one is due February of 2026. We were scheduled, bless you, for board approval in January of 2026, so we're well ahead of schedule. There's a lot of detail in the report. The list of projects are at a very high level, so that's really the strategy for our capital program. I want to point out that in order to be eligible for state funding, a project has to be in this report. Further, in order to apply for state funding, the county has to be first. They have to fund the project, then their share, then we can apply for state funding. In terms of the individual projects in the plan, this slide summarizes for an individual project within the facilities master plan, all the steps, and there are many more steps within these steps, that we have to complete. So again, in order to be eligible, has to be in the facilities master plan in order to be eligible for state funding. We then include it in our capital budget request, so the board sees that request each year. Then we have to file all kinds of documents with the state.
If the county doesn't fund a project, then we cannot submit for state funding. So as Trustee Uvala mentioned, our Dragon building, our Health and Life Sciences building, it took us a while to bring those projects to fruition because the county couldn't fund them yet. Therefore, we couldn't fund them, pursue state funding. Oops, I'm going the wrong way, apologies. All right, so with that background, this slide, it's in your document. This is the table of contents. It's an overview of the whole report. As Trustee Uvala mentioned, the board approved that contract with JMZ Consultant, which is a women-owned firm. They are fantastic, and they guided us through this very complicated process. You do see on this slide that there is an Appendix D. We did not include that. It would have added probably this many pages. It's all the notes, so that's not included in the document. It's not required by the state, so we will not be submitting those documents to the state. And we'll adjust the table of contents in the version that we send to the state. So Trustee Uvala mentioned data. Data is the building block for this plan. You'll see in the document there are many, many tables of required data. The state requires all kinds of data. This table, as you see in the note, is on page 79. The steering committee at a high level agreed on what I'll call a defensible enrollment projection for this study. It assumes a 0.4% average annual enrollment growth through fall of 2036. And that's documented here on this slide and in all kinds of tables. But important to remember, this is for facilities master planning purposes, this enrollment growth. It's not what we build our budget on. This slide shows the results of all the data and analysis distilled really into one chart, a plan for what projects the college will implement in various phases there in the chart on the left, and then graphically shown in an overhead shot. And this information is on pages 100 and 101 of your document. So the first floor, really great news, as Trustee Uvala shared, the first floor projects, and they're highlighted here, they're already funded. So right out of the gate, the first four projects are well underway. They're funded by the county, and we will submit the required state documents. One of the funded projects that's not yet been started is the relocation of the HCAT program from Glen Burnie to an addition to the current Clausen Center in Arnold. Also, the current HCAT spaces in Arnold in our humanities building will also be relocated to the addition to this building. And again, we're very fortunate that the county has already funded their share of this project. Another project that's currently funded by the county is the renovation of the current Student Services Center. That space is vacant when folks move into the newly renovated, right behind me, Florestano building. Floors 1 through 3 in Florestano will become our one-stop, robust, exciting Student Services Center, which leaves this building vacant. This slide shows, it's really a conceptual floor plan to show what could go in the space, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a very dynamic student engagement space for student life, SGA, the Collegiate Recovery Center, and based on how the county was able to fund it, sadly, does not open until 2031. This brings us to projects that are currently not funded, and there's not a lot. So one is moving the math department, as you see here, it's listed as M for medium term, project number 3. That's moving math classrooms and faculty and staff to the careers building. So when the Dragon building opens, that's our current science building, temporary space that we are creating on the first floor of careers, we're using temporary space on the first floor of careers for labs, science labs during construction of Dragon. That first floor space becomes vacant. It's a great space for our math department. They'll be co-located next to the existing math lab that you see at the top of that floor plan, and provides updated space for classrooms, for our math faculty and staff with lots of natural light. Again, this project is not yet funded, but we'll have to determine a path forward to ensure that this one is funded by the county and the state. So, once the math building is vacant, so folks move out of this building and into the first floor of the careers that we just looked at on the previous slide, then the math building and CDC, that stands for Child Development Center. That was our former, we had a playground, we had Child Development Center on the lower level, we closed during COVID. So this building ends up vacant, so we're going to renovate it. It has actually is on a busy footpath kind of to the core of campus. So we proposing in the plan relocating the bookstore to this space. The bookstore doesn't need the footprint that it currently has and allows us, this is a fun picture, a conceptual drawing allows us to have the smaller footprint of the bookstore, a little cafe. You see the red umbrella tables there at the bottom on the first floor. And then on the second floor allows for some office space. We have, in our division, we have folks who are in office space in the modular buildings towards the back of the campus, and those buildings were meant to be temporary. Goodness, I think they've been here for 20 plus years. So the plan does appropriately call for those buildings to come down and we can relocate folks onto the second floor of the renovated math building. The master plan also calls for the renovation of the former space where student engagement folks, so they move into the renovated Student Services Center, and the bookstore moves out. And this space, there's 2 floors. This space is scheduled for renovation beginning with design in 2033. So it's quite a ways out there. We'll likely be starting a new facilities master plan at that point, but it is a 10-year plan, and this project is there in the out years. Another out-year project we discussed is renovations to the first floor of the gym. You can see the spaces here that we are proposing to renovate. This one would be completed in early 2037. So you see we're getting further and further out, but appropriate to have those projects in place. I mentioned it says 4 temporary structures. We actually took one down, you may recall. So one of them is gone, so we have 3 left, and it does cost money to maintain them, so the plan is for them to eventually be removed. Which brings me way out to, if you're tracking, we move folks out of the humanities building, the HCAT folks who are currently in the humanities building, which leaves space here in teal in the humanities building vacant. The master plan identifies that as a potential future use of space, again, way down the road. Could be for spaces that came up in our planning, an arts hub or other exciting spaces. So there's a placeholder there for those vacated spaces. Lastly, we have some independent projects. These are fun because these are not dependent upon another project. They're standalone. They tend to be lower in cost, easier to tick off the list if funding is available. So the 5 projects shown here are recommended for implementation. We did identify, and they're really captured here through this collaborative conversations we had with the campus community, students, faculty, and staff, lots of ideas that were generated, and we did capture them into the facilities master plan, and they're just shown here as an example, but we did prioritize 5 projects as we saw in the previous slide. Any good plan has a timeline and color coding, and this one is no exception. So this is on page 11 of the facilities master plan. You can see the graphic, you can see the interdependencies, enabling projects by that dotted line in the arrow, but showing the various phases denoted by the colors along with the timeline. And this is subject to change, and our master plan has changed based on how the county has funded our projects. We've managed to adapt. Yes, lastly, this is the schedule. You have the master plan. Some of you have hard copy. I have one more if you want. It's free of charge if you want another hard copy. And you also have it electronically. We would ask that you review it. If you have questions, we are happy to spend time to walk through them. The deadline for board questions, we're asking Halloween that you get your questions in. And as Trustee Uvula mentioned, we are scheduled to approve this at your November session. We won't do another presentation. It'll be an agenda item and you'll vote. And then we're well ahead of schedule to get this submitted to the state well in advance of the deadline. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Yes.
I don't have a question, but for you and your group who put this together, Jim Taylor, Trustee Uvula, this is remarkable. I looked at every single page of that, and I was blown away by the work you did on this. This is, like Trustee Uvula said before the meeting started, we can tell you any classroom, anywhere, and how many minutes it's in use, and I saw that. This is a remarkable achievement. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think one comment I'd like to make, Madam Chair, if I could. JMZ worked on the last of the master planning reports, and they are a remarkable consultant. Jean, who's one of the principals there, this is her last hurrah. This project is the last her retirement. The good news is we have Sarah, who is our colleague, who's been working with us on this as well. And it saves so much on institutional knowledge and learning curve and all the rest. And I think it keeps Jim from pulling out his hair, having to explain over and over the same things, and of course Melissa as well. But they are really extraordinary, and they talk where you can actually understand them, which you know, a lot of consultants want to impress you with their background, training, and experience. Well, these folks are anxious for us to hear, you know, to be heard. And I will compliment all the constituent members. They were so great on saying, well, wait a minute, have you considered that that's not going to work out the way we would like it to? So everybody had a little something to do with this. So it was a great project, and I kid her a lot about it, but it was really an honor to be part of it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I also was incredibly impressed. This is the longest mathematical document I've ever read in my life, and I learned a great deal. I had tons of questions, and what was really interesting is the more I read, and like Sandy said, read the whole thing, the more I read, the more I answered my questions, because you have it in here. I love the way you've documented with numerical data, with diagrams, with descriptions. I didn't see any formulas, so, I mean, you know.
They're
okay.
there.
Can't have everything.
They're in the background.
But no, it's there. The other thing is that you've got all the MHEC requirements there, the Maryland Higher Education Commission, and you have the comparisons with other counties, which was brilliant. Thank you very much. Please thank your staff. It is overwhelmingly impressive.
Good. Thank you.
I feel like I'm going to keep this book because I feel like I'm going to use it as a reference document for the next 10 years.
Yes.
I mean, it is just so thorough and has so much detail and different kinds of information that as a trustee I can draw upon. So thank you so much.
Good.
Really, I'm seriously going to keep this by my bedside.
I was going to say, I'm reading.
Yeah, but on behalf of the board, I would really like to thank Trustee Uvula. He did truly the yeoman's work on this. I know, Melissa, that you really, he's a great partner to
Yes.
work with, so thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Next, we are moving on to the AACC Foundation report, and I'd like to invite Trustee Johnson to read the student donor letter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dear donor, thank you for awarding me the Future Nursing Professionals Scholarship. As a new mom, I was deeply concerned about balancing the cost of child care and tuition. This scholarship has given me the invaluable opportunity to begin my first year of nursing school without the heavy weight of financial stress. I am truly grateful for your generosity. Last fall, I completed my final prerequisite for the nursing program, anatomy and physiology, while in my second trimester of pregnancy. I know. Returning to school after a few years was daunting, especially with such a demanding course. I was nervous about transitioning back into academics, but the encouraging environment created by my professor, Dr. White, helped me rebuild confidence in myself as a student. Support resources like tutoring, office hours, and study groups at AACC further reinforced that I was not alone on this journey. I'm incredibly thankful to have been accepted into the RN program Becoming a nurse has been a lifelong dream of mine, inspired by my mother's long battle with kidney disease. Though she passed away in 2021, her strength continues to motivate me. Nursing school will require hard work and dedication, but I am committed to staying the course, driven by my son's future and in honor of my mother's memory. Thank you again for your support. The Future Nursing Professional Scholarship has not only eased a financial burden, it has also empowered me to pursue my passion with purpose and determination. Scholarship recipient.
Thank you, Trustee Johnson. Now for the AACC Foundation report. As of September 30th, 2025, the AACC Foundation's fundraising total is just over $1.23 million in gifts and commitments toward an FY26 goal of $2 million. Gifts received since the Foundation's last report include $50,000 to support students studying at the Clausen Center, $10,000 for the Future Nursing Professionals Annual Scholarship, $25,000 for credit students studying culinary arts or hospitality at AACC, and $20,000 to support HelpLink and the HelpLink Fund for Nursing. The AACC Foundation is grateful for the generosity shown by donors in our community. The AACC Foundation Board of Directors met on September 24th, 2025, and accepted the fiscal year audit report and the June 30th, 2025 financial statements. In addition, the board will be moving forward with a process to update the AACC Foundation's strategic plan to align with the college's new strategic plan that was approved last June. As of October 1st, 2025, the AACC Foundation is now working with Merrill Institutional Consulting of Bethesda, Maryland, Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith, Incorporated, as its new investment consulting firm, and Bank of America as the new investment fund custodian. This change was authorized by the board in late August after a thorough RFP and interview process. The members of the AACC Foundation Investment Committee believe donors will be pleased with this change. The AACC Foundation Board members look forward to joining members of the College Board at the joint board reception on November 19th. If you have not already RSVP'd, board, please let Amanda or Melissa know if you can attend. This concludes my report. Any questions? Great. There are no other committee reports for September, and now for the president's report. Dr. Lindsay.
With all great news. I'm pleased to report that fall enrollment increased for both full-time equivalent and headcount. FTE is up 4.6% from last fall, and headcount is up 5.5%. Dr. Patterson will provide a more detailed enrollment report at the November board meeting. I'm very proud to announce that Anne Arundel Community College has received the 2025 Higher Education Excellence in Diversity Award, otherwise known as the HEAT Award. This national honor recognizes institutions that demonstrate an exceptional commitment to fostering a diverse and inclusive campus environment. Anne Arundel Community College is one of only 10 community colleges nationwide to receive this recognition this year. And for our new trustees, the college previously earned this award in 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2024. The continued recognition reflects the intentional and sustained efforts of our faculty and our staff to cultivate a genuine sense of belonging at AACC. AACC is celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with lots of art exhibits, cooking demonstrations, food offerings, and Tanya and I learning how to salsa together. That was so much fun. I said we should do this every week. The college also participated in the Hispanic Health Festival on September the 27th at the PIP Moyer Recreation Center and received funds for the 2025-2026 scholarship, which will help deserving students pursue their educational goals at Anne Arundel Community College. The college hosted its open house for the community on October 8th, featuring over 60 programs as well as admissions, financial aid, and other support services. We had over 600 RSVPs, and I extend my gratitude to all of the faculty and staff who helped to organize this event. It was an amazingly interesting, fun, high-energy night, probably one of the best we've had around here for a couple weeks or something. I don't know, but it's been good. It's been good. I want to share the trustees, Sandra Moore, Jen Pastrone, and I will present at the Association of Community College Trustees, otherwise known as ACCT, at the Leadership Congress on October 24th in New Orleans. The session is entitled Empowering Trustees, a Holistic Approach to Board Success. We'll highlight strategies for strengthening board effectiveness and collaboration. Vice Chair Price Jones will also attend the conference. This event offers an excellent opportunity for professional development and networking with other presidents and board members from across the country. And with that, I'm going to move to, I'm sorry.
Could I ask a quick question?
Sure.
On the safety report, which I actually do read every month. I did have a question, and I'm not sure who can answer this, if it's Vice President Beardmore. On the second page, state warnings went up a lot. What is that?
There we go. So those are, okay. So those are citations that we issue as a bona fide police department. Our police officers write those citations, and they've been robust. We give our students a little bit of a grace period when campus opens or the fall semester starts, and then we've been, I'd say, robust in issuing citations for speeding or other traffic infractions, but they're mostly related to traffic enforcement.
Okay, thank you.
Great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd just like to add that those are just all warnings, and they don't incur any points or fines against the students.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Lindsay.
Okay, and now we have the reports. So I would ask Heather Reardon, our TFO president, to please come forward. Academic Forum.
I'm here on behalf
Of both,
so-
okay.
You haven't lost your minds, not yet. Board members, AAC leaders, and colleagues, thank you for allowing me the time to update you on the activities of the Academic Forum on behalf of Chair Shelley DeBlasis, who cannot attend today's meeting due to illness. So you'll just have to imagine I have her amazing hair, okay? All right, you got a picture in mind? Okay, so Academic Forum met last Thursday on October 9th via Zoom. Reports were given by President Lindsay, Chair DeBlasis, and the co-chairs of Academic Review Committee and eLearner Success. Vice Chair Abigail Brackens of Educational Policies and Curriculum, EPC, informed the body of proposed program fee changes, EPC office hours, EPC's workflow timeline with due dates, and an upcoming survey. The nominating committee's co-chair, Ellen Asbury, presented the slate for the Major Sanctions Review Committee, which passed unanimously. In addition, the voting body unanimously passed two other motions: the 9 Academic Council Committee's goals for this academic year, which are included in this month's written report, and second, changes to language in the Academic Forum Charter about terms for student members, which makes uniform one-year terms for all student members serving on academic council committees. Academic Forum closed its October meeting by recognizing the 6 faculty and staff who earned the title of Transfer Champions for 2025. Kiki Doi, Wayne Kobolensky, Josh May, Jessica Mattingly, Ben Pierce, and Kat Shore. The Academic Forum Chair would like to publicly acknowledge the nominating committee for its time and hard work populating committees over the past 2 months. Finally, Chair DeBlasis would like to personally thank Melissa Sumter and Monica Rausa for their patience and guidance. And that ends Shelley's report. Thank you.
So you're going to be giving Shelley's report?
This was Shelley's
Okay.
report.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Administrative Staff Organization, Stacy Korbelek, President. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening, board members and Dr. Lindsay. ASO had a very good and timely fall semester meeting on October 1st, where we had a chance to hear from Suzanne Boyer in HR and Shuang Li and Priya, and also debrief a bit about our free speech on campus after the lovely protest on the 30th of September. We were also able to modify and pass our ASO goals for the academic year, and we will be working together to promote collegiality, civility, and clear communication. We will be working to reestablish the purpose of ASO and build our ASO community. And we're going to also take some time to evaluate the rollout of some of the newer procedures and policies to see if we have any recommended tweaks. And lastly, our compensation committee met twice this month, and in collaboration with PSSO, we'll be forwarding our recommendation to the budget committee for academic year 2027. And that's my report. Thank you.
And our Professional and Support Staff Organization, Caitlin Silver-Negron, President.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for allowing me the space to present to you all tonight. In our September report, I shared with you that our goals were nearly complete for FY26, and I am pleased to share them with you tonight. Full versions of them are in my written report. However, I do want to highlight that Goal 1 focuses on professional growth for employee retention, Goal 2 on PSSO member engagement, and Goal 3 on keeping up with evolving technologies. The full list of goals and their corresponding objectives, again, is in your written report for your review, and at the end of my report, I'm also happy to answer questions about them. The PSSO leadership team, myself, Rachel, and Hannah, have made a commitment within those goals to maintain the PSSO general team's site. We met and spent some time combing through page by page the team site and archiving what is no longer relevant to PSSO, updating items to be relevant, ensuring that everyone has access to what they need so that all members are able to be successful through PSSO. We worked very closely with our friends in IIT to ensure that members were being added to the team effectively. No small task, considering we are over 500 members. We're super, super grateful for their support. I could not have done any of that without IIT stepping in and ensuring there is a smooth process. Our monthly business meeting schedule is set and includes spotlights on various areas across the college to keep our members in the know of what's happening on campus. For example, in our meeting at the end of the month in October, we really look forward to welcoming John Anderson from IIT to share an overview of the TSD client portal, as well as Aaron Bird from Human Resources to share ADP updates in timekeeping at the college. Hearing these updates directly from the folks who know the information best is one of the ways in which we are working to serve our constituents effectively and ensure that these business meetings are well worth their time. On September 24th, we hosted a Meet the Officers of Public Safety Professional Enrichment session. Many public safety officers are also members of PSSO, so it was a wonderful way to hear from our own members about the great work that they're doing. And the department does a lot more than I think many of us realize, a lot more. So we spent an awesome hour with Arlene and Janine, who helped us to better understand the roles at the college that public safety serve, how and when to contact them, as well as what training sessions they offer to members of the campus community. The session was really engaging and wonderful and well attended, and I highly encourage other folks to connect with them to learn more about all of the cool things that they're up to. The bulk of planning time lately for our leadership team has really been spent on our Fall Professional Development Day, which is a mini conference that will be held on November 6th. We have been hard at work in collaboration with Lisa Starkey and the Center for Professional Learning to puzzle together a full schedule with a little something for everyone. So we really look forward to sharing that schedule with you once it's finalized, and that will be in my November report in full. Thank you so much for your time. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And next is our Student Government Association, Chris Chambers, President.
Hi everyone, hope you all had a good month recently. I have been very busy, but some of that weight that I got is going to be relieved because we got a new executive board member, Frederick Nerick, who is our new Vice President of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility. Also, we're hoping to get a new Vice President of Campus Activities. We haven't gotten anyone yet, but if any of y'all know any students that want to join the SGA, that would be a great help. I know Trustee Johnson almost did it, but found a different position that might have a little more responsibility.
Just a little.
It is a little bit. Recently, we got some new SGA senators. We were going to hold an election, but 10 people applied, and we maxed out at 10 senators. So everyone was going to get elected anyway. So we're having we have a full Senate, although one of them didn't pass the GPA check, but then we got a new senator, so we're good to go. Our email list that I told you recently now has over 80 students, so we are going to be getting more students on that email list and getting that activated very soon. This October, we're having a Halloween event, which is going to be a campus-wide event. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have ASA and Cheer Club is going to be participating. We're going to have a showing of Ghostbusters, hopefully, so it's going to be a lot of fun. If you pull up October 30th from like 1 to 4, and then Ghostbusters from like 4 to 7. Justice of Student Concerns. I don't know if you've heard, but there was a protest recently featuring some religious extremists that were hurling a lot of insults at our students and our staff here at AACC. And the students are very upset about it, and they have a right to be so. And they want to see some action taking place in response to that, and they don't want to see it happen again. I understand free speech, so they're saying maybe we could have them protest somewhere else so they're not disrupting student classes and activities. Or maybe we could have it to where they needed a permit to protest in certain areas, something like that. Just anything that we can do, you know, administration, student government, to make sure that students aren't caught off guard with something happening like this again. And then lastly, last time I was here, talked about these new student minimums and then spoke with administration for a bit. So now I can take what we learned from administration and give it to the students. We're having a frequently asked questions video that's going to be coming out soon. And we're also going to be holding a town hall addressing the new 15 minimum on November 13th. So that's going to be great too. Oh, I forgot to mention, we're having a town hall this Thursday about the protests. So that should be just tons of fun. Does anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns before I head on out?
With regard to the protests, the board is aware and concerned. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire board. And we are, myself and Dr. Lindsay are in discussions about this matter. So just so you're aware.
That's good. Glad you're all aware. You know?
Thank you.
All right. Have a good month.
Okay, Heather, up to the podium.
I'm back again.
We have to get you like a different hat or something.
Oh, I know. Thank you for allowing me to speak again, this time on behalf of the faculty organization. You can stop envisioning me with awesome hair. It's just what it is, and that's great. TFO's big day is tomorrow. We have convocation, and the TFO body will be voting to approve the goals of the committees and the TFO officers, which will then shape our work in the year ahead. Those goals will be in my November report once they're approved. One of the top priorities of the TFO officers is communication. In addition to the items I included in my written report, I'm happy to share that I was able to attend a meeting with Provost Dr. Milner and the chair of the Promotion and Tenure Committee, Sarah Meinzler, to get a better idea of what a strong sabbatical proposal should look like. It was a very productive meeting, and we have agreed that it would benefit all parties if Pat and TFO worked on holding a professional development session in the spring for those faculty who are planning to apply for sabbatical in the following fall. And then also working collaboratively on creating a rubric that can help guide Pat as it's going through and reviewing those sabbaticals. We are also planning to work with AVP Dr. Smith to have a conversation around the full-time faculty performance evaluation procedure. I would like to close by acknowledging that our entire campus community was affected by the protests on 9/30. During CAP, the TFO officers brought forward the idea of facilitating an open forum that would focus on civil discourse. It would be for the entire college community and run by trained facilitators to help us all learn how to productively engage in controversial topics with respect and compassion. As higher education continues to experience disruptions, we believe that being prepared to have these hard conversations is imperative. And that concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. You won't see me again.
Okay, we'll be moving into my report on the MAC college activities. The Maryland Council of Community College Presidents met on September the 19th. At that meeting, presidents received an update from the Maryland Longitudinal Data System on workforce and apprentice reporting and reviewed materials in preparation for the MAC Board of Directors meeting on October the 28th, 2025. At that meeting, we will vote to approve the draft 2026 MAC legislative initiatives, which brings me to today's action item for the board's approval. The board is asked to approve the draft of the 2026 MAC legislative initiatives, which outlines the community college's priorities for inclusion in the 2026 General Assembly session. Consistent with past practice, the draft legislative initiatives are being presented to the board for approval before MAC submits them to the MAC Board of Directors for final approval. The initiatives were developed by the MAC staff over the summer and reviewed with the college presidents during both the Maryland Council of Community College Presidents retreat in August and then again at the September meeting. Upon approval, an affirmative vote will be cast on behalf of the college at the MAC Board of Directors meeting on October the 28th. The main issue in front of the board is that the board approve the draft 2026 MAC legislative initiatives as presented in Exhibit 1.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the draft
Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped all over you.
2026 Maryland Association of Community Colleges legislative initiatives?
So moved. Thank you.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Monica, will you please take the vote?
Yes, trustees, when I call your name, please state your vote. Chair Chen?
Approved.
Vice Chair Price Jones?
Approved.
Trustee Johnson?
Approved.
Trustee Mattiea Novak?
Approve.
Trustee Moore?
Approve?
Trustee Pastrone?
Approve.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Approve.
Trustee Stanton Buttram?
Approved.
Trustee Tuminello?
Approve.
And Trustee Uvala?
Approve.
Chair Chen, the motion passes.
Thank you, Monica. Next on the agenda is new business. I do have one item under the new business. It gives me great pleasure to share that our president, Dr. Dawn Lindsay, will be inducted into the Anne Arundel County Chamber of Commerce this Thursday. This honor reflects her remarkable leadership and the positive impact she continues to make both at the college and throughout the community. Congratulations, Dr. Lindsay. Is there any other new business before the board? As a reminder, the next public and closed session board meetings will be Tuesday, November 11th. Put it on your calendars. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.